Hello everybody, I am mainly recording this video tonight to show a couple buddies of mine the progress I am making on a Python project I am working on. It is a inventory and customer management system. It's kind of for a little side gig that I do for cleaning computers, but I'm mainly doing it for the Python practice, and I eventually want to build a budget application on top of these. So without further ado, I'll just kind of jump in. I'm not going to show too much of the Python scripts tonight. I'll show the layouts, but I got all of it here. Maybe in a future video I can go through more of it, explain kind of what's going on. But basic setup of my Python script, it may not be perfect. So if you are an actual hardcore Python script developer, this may not be a very effective method, but it is what I'm using right now. I'm going to go back and find effective methods for it later to make the program run faster. But essentially I have my main function here. I have a login window and 3 windows that I'm going to go through here in the program. So if you go ahead and run this, pops up to this main window here. I currently don't have any username or password set up, but I am going to get it here in my MySQL to have data so that we can check these fields, but you can type in there and do everything you want as you would. But since we don't have a username or password, we just hit login and it logs us right in. So this is my main menu. 4 main buttons. I have a logout button, which works until you will try to log back in, and then for some reason it doesn't work, so I'm still working out the bugs there. Quit button, obviously what we know what quit does. Little settings button down here doesn't do anything. These 2 buttons don't do anything yet. I mean, this project is quite a big one. I don't have too much time to work on it, so I work on it whenever I can. So I'm just gonna go up here. So add customer. It's gonna pop up a new window for us. I have disabled the customer ID box, so we can't type in our own IDs, but we can type in our first name, our last name. We'll do a random number, 999-9999, and a random email. So I have this set up, the generate CID, which is customer ID up here. You can't click submit until you generate a CID. You click here, it'll auto-populate up into here. It gets the first letter of each name, so J and S, and then it picks a random 4-digit code and puts it up there for identification purposes later on. So at this point we can hit submit. Front end wise, it doesn't show you success or anything, but back here in my compiler it shows that it was inserted successfully into the customer table, and then there's all the information that was submitted. So now we can go to view customer. Again, popped up a new window. Probably not the most effective method. I'm sure I could have it all work in one window, and I'm going to look into that because at least for this one I would kind of like it in the same one, but the add customer I like in a separate window. So here I have all of my entries from my SQL database that I pulls from the code. I can select anyone I want. I got my search function here, so if I do last name and we look for Smith, the one we just did, I already had a John Smith in there. We can see that it only pulls up the ones that are Smith. If we refresh it, it'll bring back all the entries up, and we can search for J. So any CID that has J in it pulls it right up. So I mean, it's fully functionable. Phone number. If we just do 208 area code, it'll search for any phone number that has 208 in it. and I can just hit refresh. So say we messed up here on John. His number was not 999, it was 991. I have the edit selected customer here. Pulls up a new window, lets us edit all of the information that we previously imported, but I have this little toolbar pop up that says the CID cannot be edited because it is set by the system. I'd rather not mess with it due to the current programming I have, where when I update the customer, it looks for this to update. As the project gets further along, I might find a better way to do it. So you can change the CID without having to create a new entry. So say we're doing this, or say like something happens, your keyboard goes crazy bonkers. I did the reset button here. It refreshes everything so you can mess with everything. Like, oh man, my kid got a hold of my keyboard. Whatever. You can refresh it all back to what it was. So like I said, say his was 998, 9998, whatever. And the update customer here, it lets us know that the update was successful. So we can cancel. And we can see here on the bottom line, it still hasn't updated. But if we refresh, we see that it changes to 998, 9998. Delete selected has this. It deletes it from the tree. It's called a tree list right now. But if I refresh it, John Smith comes back. I haven't got it to set up and delete from the actual MySQL table. But, I mean, we're working on that. So that's all of the main functions that I have on it right now. These are my next two windows that I'm planning on working on after I get a few more bugs worked out here. Yeah, blank, blank, blank. But, I mean, for what it's worth, I'm enjoying this project quite a bit. I'm up to about 600 lines of code altogether. A lot of it's just kind of tkinter stuff. It's been fun to use. Like right here, we're using SQL queries in here to do all the search stuff, which this is pulling all the data from my table into that tree view. But yeah, that's the program so far. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video and may want to stay tuned further if you guys want me to go through kind of my code or what I'm kind of doing. And I want to change a few things in here. I might want to make this kind of more full screen instead of what it's at. Because I mean, I can't because I made it resizable false. So yeah, that's where we're at. If you have any suggestions, leave them down below as usual. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day, night, evening, morning, whatever you're at. And I shall talk to you later. Bye.